That photo was needed as part of a departmental investigation, Smith. You knew that. I told you the last time we met.
You also mentioned something about a doctor, a social...
Don't backchat me, Smith! I do not bargain with criminals. Now, if you don't hand that photo over, I am personally going to turn this prison inside out. And God help the person found hiding it.
Well, you can do what you bloody well please. You can turn the place inside out, pull it apart if you want to, but don't expect us to clean up your dirty work.
Take this! Get her out of here! I want this prison searched now. And don't let Smith out of your sight until it's completed. She's going to laugh on the other side of her face by the time I finish with her.
Hey, Mrs. Morris. Find what you were looking for?
None of your business, Daniel, so just shut up.
Well, you won't find anything in there. I don't exactly have too many happy family snaps.
Damn it, this is ridiculous. If we only knew what we were looking for.
Yes, it would help.
They took all my wedding photos. They've got no right to do that.
Yeah, I don't know why they want all our family photos and stuff anyhow. Not that I've got any, but I reckon it isn't right. Well, I reckon the screws have just been told to confiscate every photo in the place. That way they don't have to tell them what's going on.
You know, I reckon you're right.
Of course I'm right. Douglas isn't exactly going to broadcast it unless he has to, is he?
Reckon they'll find the one they're after?
No way. It's tucked away in a nice, safe place.
Where?
The reason it is nice and safe is because I am the only one who knows where it is. And that is the way it's going to stay.
So, they sent you two in at last. How am I supposed to get tea organised with no help?
Well, it's not our fault, is it? I mean, we didn't ask for ourselves to be searched, did we?
And I certainly didn't ask for my kitchen to be gone through. What they'd expect to find here, I don't know. All right, you can get on with making the batter. And don't break any eggs.
No, of course not, Mrs. O'Regan.
Listen, what do you think you're doing?
Oh, you told me not to break any eggs. I'm a bit worried, though. Might be a bit lumpy.
Oh, for goodness sake, girl, I haven't got time for any of your nonsense. Now, stir that.
More flour. Why don't we brighten it up with something a little bit pretty? Ah. There we are. That ought to do it.
Mason, stop that at once.
Oh, but I can't because no, it's too thick. A little bit more milk, I think.
Mason, get away from that bowl.
Did I do something wrong?
You must be crazy. I'll see the governor hears about this.
That cell search was a complete waste of time.
I'll say. Look, if Douglas wants us to run around looking for a photo, he can at least tell us what we're looking for.
Although I have a nasty feeling women know something we don't.
Must be something pretty important. He's spitting tax when he left.
Wonder what it is. I mean, I can hardly see him in a compromising position with a call girl, can you?
I wouldn't want to.
I'm glad you two are here. Dr. Wiseman wants to tell us something about Carter.
She's convinced there are 3 people living in her body. Brandy, Laura, and Susan.
Multiple personalities.
Don't believe that, do you?
Well, I don't know. It's extremely rare, of course.
Yes, but it would explain everything. Yes, but Meg, you've said it yourself. The women are pretty good at pulling the wool over our eyes. She's no Pixie Mason. This is something different altogether.
Well, I'm willing to reserve my judgment because the only character I've seen is Susan.
Well, I've seen all 3. Now, if she is pretending to be these other people, she's a pretty good actress.
Yes, well, I've seen a few of those in my time, too. If only I had a bit more information on her family background.
Oh, well, I can help you there. Didn't Mrs. Reynolds tell you that we'd found her father?
Yes. It's a funny thing, she's completely refused to say anything about her family to me.
Well, I got my information from the library. They've given me her father's address. Did she ever say anything to you about him? Only the once. Apparently she didn't get on very well with him. Hasn't seen him for years. He probably doesn't even know she's here. I'm going to send someone from the department over.
Well, look, why don't I go? At least I can tell him how she is.
Yes, all right. Meg, perhaps you'd better go with him. Fine.
I might get a story on this Potty's mob after all. Come up with quite a bit on him. Well, the bloke running it calls himself the Reverend Alpha Centauri.
You're kidding.
No. Apparently they all take on the names of stars, planets, life forces, that sort of thing.
Go on.
Well, he was James Blackman, a Melbourne stockbroker. And 3 years ago he bought 1,000 acres in the Grampians for $60,000.
Not bad, Becky's.
No. And he's selling shares of it to his followers for $10,000 each.
That's why Sharon wants the money.
I'd say so.
Damn. It doesn't give us much to go on, does it? I mean, if they're actually getting land for their cash.
Yes, but the value of the property has leapt since he bought it. It's now worth $100,000. And our friend has sold nearly 10,000 shares so far.
So they're getting 1/10 of an acre for their investment of 10,000.
That's right. And it's decreasing all the time because he's still selling shares.
That bastard. He is getting fat by fleecing impressionable kids like Sharon.
Very fat. He's made a cool million so far.
I bet Sharon doesn't know that.
And I found out that the title deeds are still in his name.
Now that's terrific. I mean, that is really something, isn't it? We won't have any trouble getting Sharon away from them once she knows that. Matt, you're a honey.
What's that? Nothing. I heard something. It's all right. You were dreaming. Go back to sleep. I did hear a baby crying. That's mine, isn't it? Isn't it, sister? Roxanne, you need rest. I want to see him. Please calm down. You're not going to do yourself any good getting worked up like this. But it's my baby. I've got a right to see him. Yes, but you gave up those rights to the Sheldons, remember? And you said you'd rather they took him straight away. I want to look at him. Just once. I don't think that's wise, Roxanne. Oh, please. They're going to take him away in a couple of days. I'll never see him again. I just want to look at him once. It's not too much to ask, is it? All right. I'll get him. Just for a moment. Thank you. It's all I want.
And then when she started throwing the flour around, I thought Mrs. O'Regan was going to have a fit.
Well, how come they're letting her take Mrs. Reynolds' tea tray into her then?
Well, I reckon Mrs. O'Regan wants Mrs. Reynolds to see just for herself.
Good one. She'll do that all right. God! Bugger it! Looks as though the screws had a bloody good go in here, too.
Well, never mind, ladies. Come on, let's get stuck into cleaning it up. Got a pottery class this evening. Can't have the place a mess for Wally, can we?
Yeah, well, the way the bloody screws are going, they're going to find that photo and quick smart, too.
I don't think so. Not as smart as they think they are. As a matter of fact, I'd still say we're way ahead.
You're so beautiful. I didn't realise you'd be so tiny. Hey, you know what, little fella? I've never held a baby before. I've got to tell you something, though. I can't keep you, but you're going to have a real good home. And you're going to have a mum and a dad who'll love you and give you all the little things a little boy ought to have. You go to a real good school and everything. Nah, you won't turn out to be a dummy like me. Oh, I wish you and me could get to know each other better. But it's not going to happen. I'll always remember you, though. And that I really did hold you in my arms. Even if it was just for a moment. Oh, I wish you could know how much I love you.
Oh, Colleen, I'm off to see Carter's father and then home to greet Marty.
Well, cheer up. It's your son, you see.
Yes, that's what worries